Hmm.
When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you are trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When all are pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint on the clouds of doubt. And you can never tell how close you are. It may be near, but it seems far. So stick to the fight when you are hardest hit. It's when things go wrong, you must not quit. You must not quit. This is the beautiful poem by John Grillet. And with this, good evening, fellow members and guests. Myself, Sandeep, I welcome you all to 148th meeting of professional speakers, where eloquence meets impact. We provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. We have a lot of guests today. I welcome Dipendu Ahuja, Jaideep Singhri, guest Nikhil, guest Hardik, guest Aditi, guest Mohammad Kamruzaman, guest Umar Farooq, guest Savrajya Lakshmi. Welcome to Professional Speakers meeting number 148. Now let us begin with our business segment. Toastmaster, could you please confirm if screen is visible?
It is not visible yet, Sandeep. Now it is visible.
Yes. So members, as I call your names, please state the progress of your short-term goals. Aditya Gupta.
Good evening, everyone. This is Aditya. I have a new short-term goal for myself, which is to work on one of my personality traits, which is perfectionism, which I've come to realize causes a lot of delay in my execution. I plan to achieve that goal by building my social media presence, which is also a goal inspired by distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur and distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta by completing their 100 speeches in 100 days and 100 flyers in 100 days. I plan to achieve my goal, which is 50 posts in the next 100 days. Thank you.
Anisha Gupta.
Good evening, everyone. Short-term goals are meant to achieve long-term goals. Currently, I don't have a very specific short-term goal. This is one that has been continued from the previous month, which is drafting one speech per week. I have not progressed much on this, but instead I've been working upon smaller skills which are related to speaking, like reducing my crutch words and listening patiently and doing better evaluations. My short-term goal will be more crisper by the next week. Thank you.
He is not here. Jolly Sharma.
Yeah, hello everyone. So my short-term goals are to learn new words in a week and to write a professional blog and to improve my listening skills. Also, I am aiming to eliminate the crutch words from my speech.
Thank you.
Good evening,
Mukesh
everyone.
Thakur.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mukesh Thakur. I am yet to decide my next short-term goals. I am still in the contemplating mode. By the time I am deciding what will be my next goal, I will be and I am recording and watching 1 minute video every day. It is now internally, it is not going outside. I am planning to go live at one of the platforms for 1 minute up to the time when I have decided about my next goal. And the second goal is to decide the goal. Thank you.
Raj
Hello
Mehta.
everyone. Thank you. Hello everyone. I'm Raj Mehta. My short-term goals are number one, to make a video. To make minimum 3 videos of 5 to 10 minutes. Last week I made one video of 4 minutes and 2 videos of 6 minutes. And write 2 stories. I could not write much. I could write only hardly 500 words. I started it, but I could not complete it. And as far as reading is concerned, so that is going on regular basis every night before going to bed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Rolly Sina.
Good evening, everyone. I have one short-term goal, which is to have 0 defect for time limits. The progress so far has been very limited because I was away from Toastmasters meetings altogether. And I hope that I'll be able to progress on my goal very soon. Thank you.
Rupinder Singh.
Good evening,
Shall we
presiding
join
officer and fellow Toastmasters. I am going back to the drawing board. I am delivering 20 speeches from the leadership development path, and my target date is September 30, 2021. I will record each speech and evaluation, and I will upload them to YouTube channel. So far, I have delivered 2 by 20 speeches. Technically 4 because I've 5 because I've repeated them, and I'm repeating the second speech once again today. I will upload them to a URL once I get the time to combine both the speech and the evaluation and then upload. Else I will just upload the speech only. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello everyone once again. I have 3 SMART goals for this month. One is to have the better command on English language by practicing grammar online. My progress for last week is around 74% against a target of 80% accuracy. Second, to increase vocabulary by learning 5 new words, which I am committed to it. I already done that. Third is to improve vocal variety through reading half an hour daily. So I am reading Think and Grow Rich novel. Thank you. Thank you, members, for your commitment and progress towards your short-term goals. Now, I am calling the Toastmaster of the day. He comes from a community that is lazy in speaking, chartered accountants. He believes that no one should be lazy in communication and derives his passion for Toastmaster from this belief. In 2009, he authored the book Guide to Financial Instrument, published by Taxman Publications. He enjoys watching movies, traveling to new places, and playing chess. He indulges in many adventures, including but not limiting to coming to the stage frequently. A passionate Toastmaster for more than 5 years, he is on his way to becoming a voracious reader and speaker. Please join your hands together for Mukesh Thakur, TTM. Claiming your power, Mukesh Thakur, DTM.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Sandeep. Could you just tell me if my screen is visible?
Yes.
Sandeep?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. It takes one person to rule the entire world, one person to become the prime minister of the country, and one person to change the entire world. Who is that person? Where does they come from? Are they destined to do so? Or they are incarnated, or they are Messiah? We never bother thinking about it because we accepted that those who are ruling the world are already extraordinary person. They are exceptional. So we do not have to do anything with those kind of persons. Have you ever tried to know the secret of becoming a powerful person? This power does not come from beauty, knowledge, inheritance, or any other material possession. They are most There are most beautiful women and handsome men. They are not ruling the world. There are millions of scholars in the entire world and they are still struggling. People do not respect you because your father was the father of nation only. Because there is something extraordinary in the power. The world is run by those who believes in themselves, those who are sure about what they are doing, and those who are confident. This power is not coming from anywhere outside. You cannot feel it by taking a gym membership, reading thousands of books, or taking birth in a royal family. All those powerful people who are not better than us, who are not better than us. Everyone in this world have the same caliber, the same capability. The secret is that every powerful person has claimed this power. And this power resides within us. We are no different than Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama, or even Martin Luther King. The only difference between us and them is that they have realized their power and they have claimed it. Can we also claim this power? What does it take to gain that power? Well, let's hold on your thoughts until we invite our professional speaker of the day who will be helping us to claim the power. Before going into that, let's know what we are going to do in our meeting today. Our first segment of a typical professional speakers meeting is business segment that we have just witnessed. The presiding officer calling out every member and every member reciting their goals and their progress of the week. The second segment is the one where one of our members will deliver a keynote address in the form of professional speech for precisely 18 minutes. In the third segment, we do table topics. There is a bit reshuffle for today's meeting. We will be doing the third segment as the prepared speech section, which is normally our fourth segment, in which one or two of our members deliver a prepared speech as per Toastmaster International Education Program. There is a typical special segment that used to happen in our normal professional speakers meeting. We are skipping that segment today, and that segment is called Power Talk Speaker. Hence, we will skip to the sixth segment, which becomes the most commonly known as and the most useful session of any Toastmasters meeting, that is general evaluation section, and this section will be today led by general evaluator Rolly Sinha, and this section and this role will be facilitated by a team that comprises the R counter Sandeep Kumar, timer Raj Mehta, TTM, Grammarian Jolly Sharma, and you all, because there will be a round table evaluation and any member of the audience may be called upon to share your feedback for our professional speaker or the prepared speaker. Now, as we were talking about claiming our power, let's jump to the professional speech segment. The purpose of this professional speech is to deliver an 18 minutes keynote speech. The objectives is to excel delivering longer speech for the members of professional speaker, and all of you are required to observe the speech and share the feedback in the evaluation section when you may be called upon to do so. Our professional speaker, Aditya Gupta, is a listener, learner, and a speaker. He lives his life on the inside out philosophy and by the law of 33%. He has spent 33% of his time with people who are way ahead of him and learn from them. He has spent 33% of the time with peers, family, and friends, and the rest of the 33% sharing those learnings with others and help them grow. He is on the mission to lead a meaningful life and impact 1 million people by June, June 2030. With a huge round of applause, please welcome on the stage our professional speaker of the day, Aditya Gupta, claiming your power, Aditya Gupta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh.
Aditya, sorry for the interruption. It's my bad. I forgot to introduce the grammarian. With your permission, may I do so first? Okay, so please welcome our grammarian Jolly Sharma, who will share the word of the day.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. I just shared the word of the day in the chat. I think it's visible to everyone. It is spatter. It means fluttering in the form of some raindrops and noisily. For example, if I use it in a sentence, I can say that today I saw the raindrops spattered on my balcony, and when I peeped out, I saw the rain showers, and it was a beautiful experience. So over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Jolly. Let's utilize this word throughout our meeting and make it a part of our vocabulary. Now it's time to claim our power. Aditya Gupta, claiming your power, Aditya Gupta.
Thank you so much once again, Toastmaster of the Day, distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur, and a very, very good evening to all the members and a very warm welcome to all the guests. Today's professional speech is less about what I share with you and more about what we share with each other in this so-called safe space, where we will share some thoughts. We will dig a little deeper into those thoughts, what causes those thoughts, actions, behaviors, feelings, emotions, and what has actually stopped all of us, what has been that blockage in our lives to go out there and just kill it. The way the next 18 minutes are planned is I'm using two screens currently, the one where I see you and the one where I have my small notes there. So I'll constantly be shifting from here and there. My eye contact will shift from here to there. And the way the session is planned is, like I mentioned, it's going to be highly interactive. We will get to the root of our actions. And after we are done sharing or having that experience, we will conclude the session by having a 5-minute breath work experience. Anybody in this room here has ever experienced breath work or yoga or meditation? 1, 2, 3. Hey, that's great. And people who are not on the video, I would request you to turn on your camera so that we can have a better human connect. If you could, that'd be great. Thank you, Toastmaster guest Galal Aditi. I hope I pronounced your name right. And the feedback I would want to have by the end of the session is on mainly 3 things, apart from what the Toastmaster of the day mentioned. Number 1, how did the whole experience made you feel? Number 2, what do you think worked well for you? And number 3 is what can be worked on to improve the experience. And the timer may also relax and enjoy the experience. I have a separate time in front of me so that you don't need not worry about changing the backgrounds. I want you to sit back, relax, and just enjoy it. To give you the context, I will share some principles. I'll use my personal stories. I'll not pinpoint at anybody to not attack them. I'll use my understanding of those contexts and let's see and how they have affected my life. And after that, you'll be invited to share your experience, your thoughts about it. And if at any point of time you feel uncomfortable, you can choose not to share and just say pass. You also have the right to just sit back, relax, enjoy, and observe. To start with, I just have one question for you to start. When was the last time you did something for the first time, which you were initially afraid of doing, but when you actually did it, you felt that it wasn't big of a deal and you really felt happy? When was the last time you did something for the first time, which you thought was a big deal before you did it? And when you actually went ahead and did it, you thought, it was not that big of a deal. Why was I stressing about it so much? Feel free to unmute and just share random thoughts. No need to raise hand.
I can say maybe getting married was the last time.
You were afraid of getting married.
Afraid of it, yes. It was a big deal actually.
Last year, I did a cliff jumping in Rishikesh. Earlier, I would be scared to death. Last year, I did it.
Nice, good for both of you. What about others?
I had never made any flyer, and I took the role of the BPPR for the first time, and I'm on the completion of it, and I just think it's okay. Yeah. Nothing big.
Okay, so flyer, marriage, and jumping off a cliff in Rishikesh. Apart from that, we'll take one more.
Playing guitar.
Playing guitar.
I was initially
Yoga.
not content with reading books, and the last time, like 10 days back, I joined this reading club, and so far I have been able to cross more than half of the book. So this is the first time I will be able to complete a book cover by cover. So this is something new for me after many years.
Hey, wow, that's nice. And may I know what stopped all of you from doing it before you actually decide to go ahead and do it? Starting with maybe the marriage, and then the cliff jumping, then the posters, and then finishing the book cover to cover.
I thought I will die.
But you didn't.
Nothing that usual comes to my mind, but maybe I cannot pinpoint any fixed point. What was the reason? Maybe I would prefer to have that, you can say, the liberty and all the freedom and all that kind of thing, you can say, like a free bird, so it's better. So, but the image and perception of marriage that is created in our societies is maybe different or something. So maybe that also was a contributing factor.
Got it. Raj sir?
Yeah, I just thought that I do not know much about computer. I only know MS Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And I thought that I won't be able to make the flyers. But once I started it, I just kept on doing again. Did a lot of experiments, and after doing the experiments, I kept on learning. And today I feel that I'm comfortable in that.
So whatever you shared with uncertainty, somebody thought they'll die, somebody thought they just knew Excel, PowerPoint, and the Microsoft stuff, they would never be able to do it. Though all of them were actions, the external actions. Do you all agree? And behind those actions, there are some things that lead to those actions, which in cognitive behavioral therapy is called thought, feeling, action. If this pen denotes the human psyche, the tip of the pen is just the actions on the outside, like an iceberg where you can see the top 1% and the 99% is inside. The same goes for the human behavior, where we see 1% the actions on the outside in the physical world, which was jumping off a cliff, going ahead and getting married, going ahead and delivering 100 speeches in 100, creating 100 posters in 100 days. What the 99% behind that psyche were the thoughts. Behind those thoughts were the feelings. Behind those feelings were the experience, were the beliefs. Your beliefs will trigger your emotions will trigger your thoughts, and what you think is the way you act. The same iceberg principle goes for human behavior. I'll share an example. The question I asked you applies to me in a way that I had never ever put up a gratitude post on social media, ever. And recently, after the championship victory, I really felt those emotions, wanted to go out there and express my gratitude to all the members that have helped me. My inhibitions of not doing it, or the reason I was getting second thoughts were, number one, I had never done it. Will I be able to do a good enough job? What if people don't like it? I'm a socially anxious person. I'm an introvert, so I take my time to open up with people. And those are my own inhibitions. Each of us have our own. And I thought, okay, this is just a district championship. Why do it right now? Maybe when I go ahead and if I become a WCPS, then I'll go ahead and do a gratitude post. I was convinced about it for a few days. But what if I don't become a WCPS? Should I not give my gratitude going out there in the world and say that these people helped me become one? Am I delaying my actions, the gratitude post, because of some fears inside me? One of those fears was perfectionism. My past experiences, the beliefs are formed by the past experiences of traumas and everything. They are triggering the thoughts of anxiety. Anxiety will often lead to thoughts of nervousness, and I will never go ahead and do it. And those past experiences, my mind is just playing games with me and telling, don't do it right now. When you become a WCPS, go ahead, then do it. Then you'll have more credibility. Then people will listen to you more. But that will never happen. I shared this with somebody and they said, do you really think you will be unstoppable in your life after you become a world champion? Or you will become a world champion because you were unstoppable in your life? And I just said, okay, why I need to ponder on this? And that really hit my mind. All along, it was just my own inhibitions, fears, and self-doubts telling me that don't do it right now. You will reach a certain stage, hit a certain level of achievement, and then go ahead and do it. And that would have never happened if I had done that. I finally mustered the courage, delivered a speech last week in this very club. Also went ahead and posted that on social media. And honestly, I felt very good. I was glad that just like one of our guests went ahead and got married, one of our members did that cliff jumping, another member created those posters, another member started reading books cover to cover. I went ahead and shared my gratitude out of the open. And now that has given me the courage to take up a bigger challenge for myself, which is creating 50 social media posts in 100 days. And that is nothing but to overcome my fear, train my mind to become unstoppable and claim my power back. Such is the power of thoughts. Actions preceded by thoughts. The way we feel is the way we think. The thoughts are preceded by emotions. And the way we think about ourselves and everything else around us triggers those emotions. So beliefs will trigger your emotions. The way we feel is the way we think. The way we think is the way we act. The way we act determines almost everything around us. And how are those beliefs formed? Very simple, through past experiences and through our traumas. If in the past I went ahead and did something I was afraid of, then I felt confident about myself, I will be less afraid to do the same thing out there. If I tried something and failed, that re-triggers my belief that I am not good enough for this. And it will require even more courage to go out there and try it again. With all of those insights, can I now invite all of you to just share if you were in any way able to figure out what limiting beliefs were behind those fears of not creating those social media posts, not jumping off a cliff, not being able to read the book cover to cover, fear of getting married, or maybe if somebody else in this process discovered something about their own limiting beliefs. Yes, please.
Unless we face any situation, we are not sure how would that be. It happens every day, every moment at work, at home, every time you
Sorry to
assume
interrupt.
something.
I'll also invite you not to use the words like we or us. Be specific to yourself that I felt this when I was doing this. We're talking about you right now, not the group as a collective.
Okay. So I am sharing a simple example from my everyday life. There was some situation at accounts and everything was messed up. Someone said that this is not possible at all. The things were being carried and dumped for weeks and there was no solution. I thought to give it a try. I sat on that problem, calm mind in half an hour, and I got the solution. And every messed up was cleaned. It was only about a matter of half an hour. So unless we face the situation, we will never know that what is the word impossibility is. Hence, we never try. That is the problem.
Okay. Thanks for sharing. Anybody else? Yes, guest Khalil. Can somebody help him unmute? I think he's getting away.
Come to unmute.
He is unmuted. You're unmuted. Please speak something.
Hello?
We can
Am
hear
I
you.
audible?
Yes, you are.
Sorry, I didn't know you were addressing me. Yes, for over 40 years, I've been wanting to write a book entitled Story of My Wife because I owe her my life. And the reason is, as you mentioned, perfectionism. I'm a perfectionist, and perfection spells paralysis. I recently joined an organization, Arfin Khan, and got to find out about N codes and E codes and book to a fortune. So I have smart ass objectives. You mentioned smart. I read in a book Smart Ass with a double R and a double T. I can mention them if you like. Is it okay if I mention them?
You can, but
Specific.
please keep it very crisp.
Yeah, specific, measurable, appropriate, realistic, relevant, targeted, time-bound, ambitious, scary, satisfying. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for sharing that, Khalil. My objective of sharing the story was to generate more awareness within ourselves. That are we aware of what has been holding us back for so long? Just like Dalal shared, he's been trying to write a book about his wife for 40 years. I have been trying to create a social media presence for God knows how long. And one of my limiting beliefs have been perfectionism. Not exactly a limiting belief, but perfectionism is a personality trait, which stems from a limiting belief, which says, I am not enough. I am not enough to go out there and do this, maybe write a book, maybe create social media posts, which again will trigger my mind into playing games with me saying, you're not ready to do that yet. A little bit of work needs to go here, a little bit of work needs to go there, then you will be ready. And the reality is we'll never ever be ready. Those limiting beliefs will keep holding us back. The idea of sharing this is when we are aware of our limiting beliefs, that's the first step to changing that. So, as much as I would love to talk to you for hours and hours about this topic, and there are certain tools and techniques that can be used to change them, with a given limited amount of time that we have, I'll just share what we can do that is within our own hands. Just think about right now, what are the current limiting beliefs that you have at the moment, and change them into empowering beliefs. What would your life look like if you change them into empowering ones. For example, if my limiting belief of not being enough changed to I am unstoppable, I can go out there and crush it. I would not have second thoughts about sharing anything on social media. I would not have second thoughts about creating even scarier goals, which our guest Dalal just mentioned. I will have no second thoughts about going out again in Toastmasters clubs and trying out crazy ideas in those speeches. And honestly, I would kill it out there. That is what my world would look like if I changed my limiting beliefs to empowering ones. What would be yours? We'll just take two stories and then timer, the red card is already up. Anybody wants to share? Honestly, I'm a little surprised. We had a lot to share when we talked about limiting beliefs, but do we not have a vision about what happens when we change them into empowering ones? Yes, Toastmaster.
So for a long time, I lived with, okay, this is kind of different. For a long time, I lived with the belief that I can't, I just.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you anymore.
Is this better now?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, I was having trouble. I had elevated Rupinder Singh's problem of unmuting and muting to a PhD level. For a long time, I had lived with the belief that I cannot be as good as others. And I realized after a certain time that that was holding me back from so many things. And then I started talking to people around me to see if they believed that about me as well. And each one came back without knowing that they were helping me out, that they admired me for this, they admired me for that. And nobody ever said that I'm not as good as another person. And I realized that I was being so stupid. There were so many things that I wanted to do. Sure, I might not reach the moon, but there is no reason for me to not have stars in my eyes and to walk with a skip in my jump and step. So why should I limit myself with that? I may not be as good as somebody else, but can I be the best of who I am? So it was just a change that came, and started doing many things, including delivering speeches, going out to people and talking to them about unfamiliar topics. Many things just started coming around then. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Can we have a virtual round of applause for Toastmaster Roli? Thank you for sharing that. And with the interest of time, we'll have to conclude it right here. Please note your feedbacks on 3 points. How did the whole experience made you feel? What do you think can be worked upon? Minus the time aspect, I know that already. And what do you think can be done to make the experience better? Thank you so much. And thank you for all the people who shared with the level of courage and authenticity that you shared. I think if we continue to generate that level of awareness and transform ourselves into being unstoppables, all of us would reach next level in our own lives. Thank you so much, and back to you, Toastmaster today.
Can we have a huge round of applause for our professional speaker? Let's observe 1 minute silence and write down the feedback on the points he has mentioned, and we will share those feedbacks in the evaluation section. Timer, please indicate. Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta. Now, as we have been claiming our power, let's utilize those power from breaking the wall. We are jumping to our prepared speech section, in which one of our members shall be delivering one of the projects from Toastmaster International Education Program. The purpose of this project is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback. To present the speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech, and to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received so far from his or her speech. The project is from level 1, project 2, speech number 2, evaluation and feedback from dynamic leadership program. And the expectation of the speaker is that during the completion of this project, the members received feedback about his or her speech and worked to apply the feedback to a second speech. Our prepared speaker of the day, what is happening with me, is a compulsive connoisseur and a lethargic laggard, and also a sound sleeper. He is father to a handsome son, self-confessed wonderful husband. Our prepared speaker, Rupinder Singh, strives improvement and excellence as a learning and development professional and attends a Toastmasters meetings. With a huge round of applause, please welcome on the virtual stage distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, Walls, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh.
A quick search on the internet will tell you that the largest coronavirus measures around 500 nanometers. And if you do a Google search, you will find that the shortest man is about 21 inches, which is somewhere more than 150 centimeters. To put things in perspective, the smallest human being is about 1,000,000 times bigger than the biggest coronavirus. At least 1,000,000 times bigger. It could be billions. I was saying that just to get your attention. It does not have any relevance to the speech, or does it? Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. I am here to talk about walls. We construct walls around us. When we are born, there are no such walls. But as we grow, those walls are erected for us, and then we start adding bricks to them. The first such wall is that of creed, or as we better know it, religion. We grow up with the belief that our religion is the best, that our wall is the strongest, that other walls are weak compared to our wall. And if we press hard against those walls will eventually crumble and our walls will grow much stronger. After creed, there is another wall that we erect. And this time it is within the creed itself. It is the wall of caste. Within creeds, we have castes. So within walls, we have more walls, believing that the caste that I belong to, that wall is the strongest, and that the other castes, they are kind of weak. And that if collectively we push against that wall, the other wall, that wall will crumble. And these are not the only walls we stop at. After this, we go to the walls of color. We believe that white walls are better than the darker ones. The darker walls believe that they are way better than the white ones. And that if they push against each other, the stronger wall will dominate and the weaker wall will crumble. And as if that was not enough, we have walls of country, of geographical boundaries. We know them as borders. And we believe our country greatest, our wall strongest. That if we defend our wall with all our might, the other wall will crumble. And we live in this misconception. And you know what is the best part? When we were born, we did not have these walls. I am a Sikh wearing a turban. I could have been separated at birth, raised up by a Muslim family in a Christian country. It could have easily happened. And what I would have done, I would have erected a wall. Born in a different religion, taken up by a different religion, I would have still erected a wall. And that is not the worst part. The worst part is that we defend with fanatical zealotry each and every wall that we have constructed. Mind you, it's a human construct. You did not get it from birth. You were just lucky to be born to two sets of parents. That's it. But from there, you erected walls. And now you've been spending a lifetime defending those walls. Can we break those walls down? Is my question for you today. I think it is possible. You know why I think it is possible? Because right now, there is a 500 nanometer organism that does not care for your creed, your caste, your color, or your country. It is affecting each and every community with impunity. It does not discriminate. So before I close, here is my question to you. If a 500 nanometer organism cannot discriminate, we, at least a million size bigger, with a brain of our own, can we not take that learning from that organism? Mr. Toastmaster?
Thank you very much. Can we have a huge round of applause for our prepared speaker, Vinder Singh? And let's wait for 1 minute until we note down our observation. Timer, please indicate the timing. Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta, the timer. Now it's time for us to come forward and give a speech, deliver a speech. Till now, we have been listening to professional speaker and prepared speaker. Now, come forward because it's time for you to deliver short speeches. And this section, the table topic section, shall be led by our member Anisha Gupta. Anisha Gupta, meet this Khoji, an explorer, a social development professional who is often on the lookout for finding hidden treasures outside or within. Anisha is known for being the quiet but inquisitive one. Her friends say she can baffle you with her questions. She is back on the Toastmasters journey after a long gap. With certain goals in mind, but importantly, to rekindle the joy of sharing. Please welcome on the virtual stage our table topics master, Anisha Gupta.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Table topics is the section in any Toastmasters meeting. The reason why some of the Toastmasters join Toastmasters International. And it is also the reason why many people are dragged into Toastmasters International. Table topics is the place where you get to speak impromptu. And as I would like to say it, improvise as well. Today, I would like you to build some improvisation techniques. And because we have slightly longer table topic section today, I would also introduce you the concept of it in a very brief manner. Timer, I would request you to please arrange the timings as instead of the usual 1, 1:30 and 2, please do it for 2, 2:30 and 3. Why? Because for the topics that I have today, I would like 2 volunteers for each topic. Good? Okay, so when I heard the title, theme of the Toastmasters meeting today, Claiming Your Power, the first thing that occurred to me that it sounded a bit like an ad jingle. It immediately took me back to those TV commercial ads, like the Boost one. Do you remember the ad jingle that says, "Boost is the secret of my energy"? Well, I thought claiming your power is similar to that. And this made me think that it's good to have the power of thoughts to make your own ways, to make your own interpretations. And I believe improvisation technique is more or less about that. So for today, I already have a volunteer for the first topic, and I'm going to introduce the topic in a way where there will be 2 volunteers, 2 speakers. The timing will be 2, 2:30 and 3. That means the timer will show the green card at 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. So the 2 of you will have about 3 minutes to speak in total. Right? Now, what you have to do is I'm going to tell you in the topic itself. Right? But there is a constraint in the improvisation technique. The constraint is that whichever alphabet the first speaker starts speaking with, the next speaker has to choose the consecutive alphabet as we have in A to Z. For example, if I have a conversation with Toastmaster Ruli Sinha, and I start the conversation with alphabet H, I say, "Hello, Toastmaster Roli, you have been missing in action lately." Toastmaster Roli Sinha will start with I because I started with H. So she'll start with, "I have been busy understanding people's minds deeper." And then I would say the next sentence with J. For instance, "Jolly good. Isn't that amazing?" Then she would start with K. And I think she can come up with something nice. So HIJK, that's how we go. One sentence at a time. If this all makes sense, can I have a raise of thumbs? And this is clear to everyone? Thank you. So I already have a first volunteer, which is Mr. Manish. Yes, I can see you. Great. So Mr. Manish, and I need another volunteer, which I'll pick and choose, which is someone from our team. Sandeep, Toastmaster Sandeep, would you like to go ahead? Thank you. Okay, so Manish and Sandeep, the topic for you is, and first I'll choose who is the first speaker. So I want to choose the first speaker as someone with the longer hair, and I see Manish has longer hair, so I will choose him. So Manish is the first speaker, Sandeep is the second speaker. So the first speaker is going to sell a health drink to the second speaker, and they're having conversations. Again, one sentence at a time, and whatever alphabet you start off with, the conversation has to continue with consecutive alphabets, right? So Manish and Sandeep, sell a health drink to other person. Your time starts.
Sandeep, healthy drink is very important to have when you are hitting the gym and you need energy. And that time, if you keep on taking the sip of any health drink, that will help you to do exercise better. That will give you strength to do the exercise. And you must have it. You should not forget when you leave your home to the gym. You should carry with yourself. And if you have that, that is good for health. And you should keep a stock of that. Nowadays, we do not know when there will be a lockdown, and maybe you want to get healthy drink. Keep it in stock. And that's very important. I always have a stock of healthy drinks and healthy items, which helps me to keep fit. Because when you are fit, you are hit. It's very important. You have to spend every day 1 hour in the gym, and you have to work out like a beast. Then only you can have a good physique. For that, you need healthy drinks. And when I go to any bar, I don't drink, and I try my level best when especially I'm in abroad. And there's a lot of crowd. If somebody asks me, what will you have? I say healthy drink, and it's available over there in the bar. And I love to pass my time. And there also, I love to drink healthy drink instead of having alcohol and working out like a beast, and that all going to the drain. But if you have to maintain a good healthy diet, healthy food is very important. And that's an advice to Sandeep from my side.
This totally depends on what kind of exercise I'm doing. Suppose if I'm suffering from diabetes, why should I take the juice in the morning? Instead, I will take the vegetable juice. Now, secondly, it totally depends on time of exercise. If I do the exercise early in the morning, why should I take the juices which have a base as a cold thing? Like I would say pineapple, banana. If suppose I'm in winter, I would start with a orange juice or maybe lemon juice. It would stuck or maybe hampering my throat. So I agree that juice and healthy juice are very important. Which totally depends what kind of exercises, what kind of the advantage you are looking for your health.
If you're taking lemon juice, that will not hamper this throat. That's good for health. There are many people, those who start their day drinking lemon juice. You should not say no to lemon juice.
You are partially right, Manish. I gave the example of corona, which I have got last month. The doctor strictly prohibited about the lemon juice in the morning. They strictly advise take the fruits and vegetables which has a base as a hot, like I would say this one, mango, the kiwi, pineapple, and of course the vegetable juice.
No, your COVID problem is over. That time doctor told you not to have lemon juice, but now you can have lemon juice and you can have other juices also. And these all juices are good for health. It's a liquid. It's not a solid diet that will help you to keep fit. Have it every day. And if it's possible, take it twice a day. This will bring a result in your health when you are fitness freak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manish and Toastmaster Sandeep. Let's have a huge round of applause for these two. Thank you for playing along. Okay, I'm going to announce the, let's have this as a conversation style. Well, these Manish and Sandeep performed it really well, but let's have it one sentence at a time. So for the next two volunteers, I would request you that you speak one sentence, let the other speakers speak the second, then third, then fourth, and it will go on, right? Can I have the next volunteer as Mr. Deeptendu and guest Kala? Kalal Zaki. Right. Techmaster would request you to unmute these two and spotlight them. Thank you. So, who has longer hair? Definitely, Mr. Deeptendu has longer hair. So you will be the first speaker, and guest Mr. Galal, you will be the second speaker. You will start off with saying one sentence, let the other speaker speak, and then the conversation will go on. The topic for you two is talk about the last book you read. Talk about the last book you read, Deeptendu and Galal.
Hi Galal, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Okay. You know what? I have been reading a lot of books lately, and the latest one which I read was Life's Little Secret by Gore Gopaldas. He is a spiritual person, a spiritual personality from India.
That's great. I read a book. This book will make you successful, and it's a life changer.
You know, most of the ideas that I read in the book seemed quite ordinary. Ordinary because I have encountered such examples and scenarios in my daily life, and it made me think that a best-selling book takes examples from real life. I'm sure real life, if I lead it with more awareness, the life lessons are right there, and I don't need to read books.
The book I read was a life changer because it showed me how I could organize my life.
You want to share with me a couple of examples, how the book impacted you, some tangible examples?
Yes, it gave me a methodology for organizing my life.
Yeah, organizing my life. Well, I don't know whether I'll be able to ever organize my life. So really, I mean, I really would want to drink in your experience, and if you have something tangible for me there, which I could implement in my life, I'd be really grateful.
Yet objectives have to be smart as, specific, measurable, appropriate, realistic, relevant, targeted, time-bound, ambitious, scary, and satisfying.
Unbelievable. I have been trying to develop smart ass goals since the past 10 years, and every time I just keep getting my ass kicked. So I don't know, Galal. You have to guide me better, please.
Well, when I was young, all I was interested in was sports and girls, and not necessarily in that order. And I discovered what girls to be good at sports, but also to tell jokes.
Okay. Yeah. And Anisha, it's hard to keep track of the first alphabet, all right? So you have to pardon me there. But and I see that the very satisfying red symbol as well, which has been shown by Raj. So yeah.
Thank you, Dipendu and Mr.
Sorry.
Galal for playing along. Huge round of applause for you too. Right. I understand that it is really difficult to keep track of the first alphabet, and you two have done a great job. I was really enjoying the conversation about the book and the kind of knowledge that you both put in. Great. And I could see a lot of alphabet being used in consecutive manners, H, I, T, U, V, W. A lot of these were happening. Sure. So I already have a next contestant, next volunteer for this table topic, next Srishti, and I would like to call upon Hardik for this next topic. Yes, you raised your hand, right? Right. And okay, so try to keep the sentences short. That can help you remember the first alphabet. But I try to play along, and let's see how much fun and how much engaging it can be. Again, claiming your power. So, Srishti, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can we spotlight Srishti? Thank you, Techmaster. So Srishti and Hardik. I see Srishti with the longer hair. So Srishti will be speaker A, Hardik will be speaker B. Speaker A is inviting speaker B to an unlock party, but speaker B doesn't want to go. Srishti is inviting Hardik to an unlock party, but Hardik doesn't want to go. You may start.
Hi, Hardik. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm great. But I was so bored in this lockdown. I'm glad that it's over now. I'm planning to go out for a party. Would you like to join me?
Just for your kind information, I'm kind of busy nowadays, so I won't be able to make it.
What busy? I'll go on weekend. And I know that you're not working on weekends.
X mystery. So I've been trying to draw an X mystery on my room. So I'm kind of busy there.
But you'll not do that the whole day. You can come for an hour or two. You'll feel relaxed and it will be a change for you.
Well, yes, sir, I can try. But you know, the COVID thing, I'm scared of getting the virus in my body. I think I have low immune system, so I'm sure I would need oxygen cylinders for that. And you know, there has been already very shortage of that, so I would pass that on.
Don't worry. We all have checked ourselves. We have had our first dose of vaccine, and this will be a house party. So we are not going somewhere out, and we'll eat homemade food only. So I don't think that there will be any risk factor.
I think otherwise. I guess you know there will be a crowd, and I will take a rain check.
You'll be happy to know that we'll play so many indoor games in it, and it will be very interesting. And many of my friends are joining, so you can come. I hope that it will be fun, and you're gonna miss it when you see my pictures on Instagram, and you'll say me at that time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't about watching your pictures on Instagram, but I surely don't want to see the walls of hospital at this time. So I would pass along.
I'm saying now it's totally risk free because it's a household part. Like it's a house party, and we all are vaccinated, and we'll get ourselves checked. There will be very less risk factor. You should come on, please come on. Don't be a bore, please.
Jokes aside, but I'm kind of an introverted person. I'm kind of social anxious, so I guess it would be very hard for me to come out at this time. I'm really very safe and happy living in my room.
As you're an introvert person, I think it will be a good opportunity to interact with people, because if you don't interact, how can you expect yourself to change or to have a change in life? You should go.
Yeah, I see the red color.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hardik and Srishti, for playing around. It was really fun to hear you. I could see a lot of alphabet usages as though they were not in order, but Hardik tried initially to play along with X and W, but they were biased. Thank you for participating. Timer, do we have time for one last introduction?
Yeah, Anisha, we can go up to 520.
Okay, thank you. Right. So I request Toastmaster Unique and Toastmaster Samir, right? So, okay, Toastmaster Sulbi. Who else would like to come? Toastmaster Unique, would you like to join?
Yeah,
Toastmaster Samir. Sure. Right. So Toastmaster Unique and Toastmaster Samir. Right. So Toastmaster Unique will be a speaker A, and Toastmaster Samir will be a speaker B. Speaker A is trying to convince speaker B to attend professional speakers meeting, Toastmasters meeting on a Sunday, while speaker B has other vacation plans. Speaker A is convincing speaker B to attend professional speakers meeting on a Sunday, while speaker B has other plans. You can start.
Hi, Sai Samir. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Just to check with you, would you like to join a Sunday Toastmaster meeting I'm going to?
On Sunday, I'm afraid, boss, because I have to, being a frontline worker, I have to work from Monday to Saturday. But I do not have time. I would like to spare my time at home with my family on Sundays. I'm sorry for this time.
People really enjoy there. People who come there really enjoy, and especially a table topic session. They have a very innovative table topic session every week. You should come.
Yes, you're right, boss. But I'm a bit tired today, and I just cannot spare my time because I need to get some time to my family, and as well as I've got other friends also. But anyway, uh, forgive me this time. From the next time, I will definitely join you.
Zigzag is not a right approach to answering this question. I think you should take it more seriously.
You're right, but if you would have told me earlier, then I would have made the plans to join you. But you're telling me just right now at this instant, I don't feel that I'm able to join. Anyway, forgive me this time.
Zebra, I saw in the you was more enthusiastic than you. Why are you not attending the meeting?
Yeah, but as you know that I am bit. I'm not. I'm a lazy kind of guy. You must be knowing that working after for the long week, and one day Sunday I get to get relaxed, and I do not want to stress myself. this scenario.
Zeal is the most important quality a person needs to have in order to have a fun and an energetic and a vigorous life. Why are you not showing any zeal?
You're right. You're right. I'm also convinced with you. But the thing is that you are just I have made certain commitments for my family, and family is a bit a priority for me as of now. That's why forgive me this time. Family is after all above all.
Yeah, sure. If you say so, it was great interacting with you, Samir.
Thank you, Unique and Samir, Toastmaster Unique and Toastmaster Samir. I could see that Toastmaster Unique was really playing along while he was getting a hard time with all the Y's being thrown at him, and he kept throwing the Z's by. So it's nice. It was really enjoyable to see the playful use of words with C. Thank you to both of you. Who are the next two volunteers? I could see a raise of hand by Surbhi. I think she's already participated. Yeah, over the switch. Surbhi, can you come on camera? Would you like to participate?
Yeah, I am turning on my camera.
Sure, thank you. And guest Rishikesh is not participated. Or Nuha, anyone. Nuha, would you like to come on camera? Toastmaster Nuha? Okay, Toastmaster Rishikesh? All right, if not, okay, we have Toastmaster Rishikesh on camera.
Yes.
Sure. So I believe you both know the rules.
Yes.
What's to be done?
Yes.
Great, great. Okay. And in that case, speaker A will be Surbhi and speaker B will be Rishikesh. Speaker A is inviting, as speaker A is selling a shampoo bottle to speaker B, but speaker B says that he makes his own shampoo.
Okay.
And he doesn't want to buy. So again,
Yes.
speaker A is selling a shampoo bottle to speaker B, but speaker B is refusing. You can start.
Hi Rishikesh, how are you?
Hi Surbhi, I am good. How are you?
I am great too. So what's up? What are you doing these days?
Currently, I am currently working as intern and I am staying in Pune. So the lockdown has been unlocked right now. So I am enjoying the weekend right now and planning to go outside.
Did you use the new shampoo that has come into the market?
As of now, I haven't heard the news of that shampoo. Can you please elaborate about that?
Well, the shampoo has been in the market since a very long time, and the people are using it. And the name of the shampoo is Tresemme.
Okay. Can you share me the features of that shampoo as well?
Yes, I would like to. I will definitely send it to you. But why didn't you use it till now? Haven't you heard about it?
Yeah, actually, Survi, I am using my shampoo brand. I am selling that brand in my local market. So as of now, I have not heard about the brand which you have told me, but I will try to use my brand only. I will be keep using my brand only.
That's great, and that's fine. But definitely, I'll send you some details. I would like if you will look into it.
Can you send? Okay, please send me your details of your shampoo, but I will insist on using my shampoo only.
And did you see that the shampoo that I'm telling you has been one of the most has been very popular in the recent days, and it has been one of a kind.
Actually, the reason for using my shampoo brand is that I am feeling itching on my head once if I use another brand of shampoo. So I am sticking to use my brand only, and I do not prefer using other brands. And I am facing some hair loss problem as well when I use other brands. So I am reluctant to use other brands.
Brands can be an issue, I can understand, but I can give you an assurity that the shampoo that I am saying you will be suited to you. So I want you to try it once.
Actually, Surbi, is that I'm there are very less quantity of hairs are remaining on my head, so I don't want to take any risk as of now by adopting new shampoo brands. So means I am thank you for sharing I am thank you that you are sharing the information about your brand, but I'm sorry that I will not be using that.
Branding can be an issue sometime, but yeah, it's okay if you don't want to use it. But in my opinion, the shampoo that has come in the market is great, and if you give it a try once after in case if you feel, I think that it will be great. So,
okay,
thanks.
Surbi, share me the information. I won't go for it, but I will suggest my friends or nearby relatives to use your brand.
I see the red card.
Thank you. Thank you, Surbi and Rishikesh, for playing along. It was very enjoyable. Had a lot of questions. You almost made it like a skit and like a TV commercial ad. So thank you for doing this. And I wrap this up with just by saying this, that I chose this setup of table topics, because we had a lot of guests and we had more time today, but also because what the professional speaker today said about claiming your power and the power of thoughts. So when you are given a situation and you have to improvise, and you have to speak impromptu, then the power of thoughts come in, what you're thinking and how do you play along. Improvisation are techniques. One such that I used today was I was thinking about the alphabet and still having the dialogue continue. You can look up more improvisation techniques and build your power of thoughts and your communication. And I hand the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Mukesh Thakur.
You have been wonderful table topics master, Anisha. See, even I am playing. You started your first letter with T, and I am starting with Y, so I am also playing. Can we have a huge round of applause for all of the speakers and the table topics master themselves? Thank you very much. Now it's time to move to our evaluation section, and for evaluation section, we have our general evaluator in line with us. She's back to our meetings after a long time. Let's see how we have done in this entire meeting with her new perspective and the new trainings that she has gotten through. Our general evaluator has been working with Cadence Design Systems, which is an MNC in the electronic design automation domain for the last 17 years. She is also responsible for Cadence Scholarship Program that facilitates college education for underprivileged students. Currently, the program benefited 120 plus students in Delhi NCR. She aspires to be a scintillating speaker one day. She loves to read and learn about the English language, of course. With a huge round of applause, please welcome on the stage General Evaluator of the Day, Toastmaster Roli Sinha.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the meeting. I had no other option but to begin my session with the letter T because thank you doesn't start with an X. So it's been a wonderful meeting so far, and we are going on to the evaluation segment, which is divided into three main parts. The first will be when all of us, including the audience members and the speakers of the other two sections, will provide feedback to the professional speaker of the day and the prepared speaker of the day. Please be ready with at least one commendation and one recommendation for your speaker if you're called upon to do so. Make sure that you're not repeating somebody else's point. If the points that you have already been shared by someone else, please just say that I'd like to pass this opportunity. That will give us an opportunity to collect feedback from as many people and for as many points. The second section, Raj sir, am I already past the red card, is it? You're on mute, sir.
Regarding the introduction of the session, which was for 1 minute, you are already passed it.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So the second segment will be when the auxiliary role players will be sharing their feedback and reports. And in the third part, I will come back to the stage and share my observations for the entire meeting. So let me welcome on stage our professional speaker of the day, Toastmaster Aditya Gupta.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Without wasting any time, I'd love to hear what our Toastmaster of the day has to say about the professional speech.
Thank you, Aditya. The first and the inspirational thing about you that whatever you did in the 18-minute speech was not appeared to be a 18-minute speech. Everything was smooth as if we are talking naturally, and in the conversational mode, you imposed everything that you wanted to. So that is the most inspirational way for a speaker. So thank you very much for this. My recommendations are very small. One is about the timing that you have already acknowledged. You saw the red card and still you invited two members. And in the beginning, you said that there will be 5 minutes breathing exercise that was skipped. And the second thing, there was a bit of a distraction during the speech. You went out of the frame. That's all.
Okay, got it. Thank you for sharing. I've already received feedback from Toastmaster Tendu and Toastmaster Nuha. I would love to hear what our guest Hardik has to say. My buddy in social consciousness.
So I had the same views as Toastmaster Mukesh, and I would like to pass.
Okay, no problem. Distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta.
Aditya, my recommendations have already been covered by Mukesh. And as far as the commendation is concerned, so I really felt happy that today I was not listening a boring speech of 18 minutes. It was something which was concerning my life directly. I feel that somebody is telling me that why are you not doing something which you wanted to do? And I felt inspired. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Madam General Evaluator, back in action.
Are you handing the stage back to me or?
No, feedback.
I just had to. Okay, so I love the presentation. It was extremely encouraging and engaging at the same time. I think that the consideration that you need to give to your future speeches or workshops of such sort is that most people find it a little difficult and need more time to think of their limiting beliefs and the incidents where they might have been able to overcome those beliefs. It doesn't come right like at the top of our hat, and probably that is the reason why we have those limiting beliefs, because we're not really spending that much of time on those. So just think about it, how you want to manage that. Maybe through a form earlier, or maybe giving more time.
Got it. Thank you for sharing. Toastmaster Sandeep.
Aditya, the commendation is like it doesn't feel like a speech today. It's like we are sitting on for a coffee, and we're just asking. So, what was your experience? And you actually engaging in such a way, and it's keeply going very soothing and smoothing. So, big kudos to you. And second, recommendation part is concerned when you're asking for the questions like when did you did the first activity and what are the beliefs. So after questioning, if you can add your things, this is my beliefs and this is how I cover me. Personal thoughts and personal examples that would make the speech more impactful.
Got it. Noted. Thank you. Our table topic master. I finished off with T, so your next letter is
U. In terms, I will say in terms of feeling what I liked and what can you improve. In terms of feeling, I felt reflective. You made me feel so. And I was not just gaining inputs, but processing them. So it was a keynote speech where I had to do a lot of work more than the speaker. In terms of commendation, I like the fact that you set the expectation that this is what I'm going to do. In the very first minute, I love it when people do it. Either they set the purpose right or they set the expectation right. In terms of recommendation, I would say that, I think it's slightly related to timing, that the conclusion could have been stronger. Just the last thing that you want the audience to remember are how they process the power of thoughts, or what do they mean by claiming your power. Did a great job.
Thank you so much. To sum it up, I should be more careful about the time, sharing stories, preferably personal stories after sharing a principle, not get distracted, and have enough time for the audience to reflect on their limiting beliefs and awareness. To set the context right behind this professional speech, I will soon be delivering a 90-minute experiential keynote session at one of the Toastmasters Club, and this was a practice session for that. So thank you so much for sharing all of those recommendations and commendations. Will definitely help me in taking that session for the participants to the next level. Thank you so much. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aditya, and the members of the audience who provided their feedback. If anyone else has any points that they felt were not covered entirely, you can reach out to Toastmaster Aditya on a personal chat message. Now I'd like to invite distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh on stage to collect his feedback.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Let us start with you, and then I'll find other people.
That's another way of saying that the swiping of the screens on phone is a little challenging. So I love the phrase fanatics zealotry. It was very well used. And I love the way you closed the loop. I found the tone that you had adopted for the entire speech was very appropriate. It was somber, but it was not sad. So that was very good. I found the voice modulation a little limited. For me, it was always like da 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 da. So it was like there were just like peaks of those stress points, and then you would come back to your flat tone. So maybe that can vary a little bit for more emphasis on the respective points. Thank you.
Okay. Champ, Aditya.
I was looking for you during my feedback, but you weren't there. In a nutshell, I think this can be your winning speech. Full stop.
That's it.
So, matlab, I have had these complaints often from you. I'm missing that natural distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder flow. Today, I felt what the power of distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh's speech is. I saw the passion, I saw the logic, I saw the ethos where you mentioned personal examples, and of course the context setting during the start. And then smiling, I especially made a note when you were setting the context. I just said it like that. Maybe it doesn't have a purpose during the speech, or is it? And then you smiled at the end. That was one of the most things that that sticking to my head. And apart from that, all the commendations, recommendations already covered by Madam G. Loved it. today.
Thank you. Thank you. My critic from Middle East, Nuha Madani. Nuha Madani, are you there? Okay, Nuha doesn't seem to be there. I will circle back to Anisha.
Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, I will pass, and I loved hearing Toastmaster Roli Sinha's evaluation. So,
Okay, you loved Roli's evaluation more than you loved the speech. Okay, I will take that with a pinch of salt. Distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta.
Rupinder, I like your speech, especially the voice and the power you had in your speech today. I just felt that you should be standing and delivering this speech. It's been quite some time that, except at the contest, I have seen you delivering a speech while standing, because that
Yes.
really made some better impact on the audience. Secondly, I felt that the loop was a bit weak, because though you started with the nanoparticle things and ended with the nanoparticle things, but somehow it was not so much strong. Maybe we can work on it.
Mukesh Thakur.
So I will just add, not add, I will just agree to what Aditya and Rolly have been saying, and I have noticed that you are starting to appear natural on the screen, like a conversational style, or you are like not appearing to be a different person. So this is going on the right track. I saw your one of videos at Instagram, and that video was better than this. So maybe you are on the right track. You will reach there very soon.
Thank you very much. Deeptendu Ahuja, and then a very quick comment from Unique Katnoria.
Hello, DTM Rupinder. Thank you for calling me out. So, Rupinder, the speech was spoken with intensity, and the intent was very clear. World is suffering from a virus which is 1/1,000,000th the size of the smallest human being, and we are busy building walls. So these are the commendations. Now the recommendation is, your speech was like Volini. My hand is paining, and I will apply Volini on the surface, and maybe I'll get relief. What you can look at is, just go to the drawing board, look at the writing part, and see if you can inject a little bit more with the help of words, with the help of examples, so that it goes a step deeper into the skin of the audience, basically impacting the audience more, which you can do only through writing. I mean, other parts you took care of. So I won't say about that. Yeah.
Unique, you've heard the speech before, so what do you think? Very quickly.
Yeah, it was definitely better than the last time I heard. I like that few mannerism you had in the start. So no recommendation from my side as such, but it was viscerally, I felt that it was touching on an emotional level. Yeah,
okay. Thanks. Thank you very much. The red card is up. Thank you very much for your feedback. I am trying to get better, and going back to the drawing board, it is really helping. Thank you very much. And I will again exit the meeting, rejoin later when we have the EC meeting. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. Now we shall move to the reports from our auxiliary role players. I'd like to first call upon the counter of today's meeting, our acting president, Toastmaster Sandeep Kumar.
General Manager, could you please confirm my screen visible?
Yes, it is. Please go ahead.
So I would like to congratulate Aditya Gupta, Rupinder Singh, Galal Zaki for having 0 errors today. And let's have a big applause of them. Now I have 2 observations for today's report. One is to having the members, and second the guest. When I saw about the members, I would say it's a great improvement, like starting from Mukesh. Mukesh has a great improvement on not only on the use of filler words, but also on the stammer part. A great job done. Second, Anisha, when I compare with the last report where the most of the filler words were around 8, so this time 6. The good part was there was no use of sounds, arms. Then guest Munish, he had 3 R sounds. Then myself during the table topic, 5 arms and 2 use of hand. Diptendu did a very good job as far as filler words are concerned. The only thing he can improve the repetition of words. Maybe he could control the pace. Next to Srishti Dhingra, she had only 5 filler words. Then Hardik 7. Unique did a very phenomenal job. He had only 1 R sound during the speech. Good job done, Unique. Then coming to Samir Surbhi. They both had a more usage of filler words. So my recommendation to both of them to have the better control on pace. Think wisely between the words. Last, having the develop a habit of reading that can having the control pace, and you can have the more fluence during the conversation. Then Rishikesh had 8 filler words. Then coming to G during the introduction roles. The good part was she doesn't have any use of sounds, but she had a couple use of so words. That is from my side. We had a great improvement as members are concerned. I think we should be reduced next time. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandeep. So I will make sure that I will use less so in all of my so speeches from now on. Thank you so much. Now I'd like to call upon stage our grammarian of the day, who has probably had very little less of the spatter and the scatter and the splatter. So welcome Toastmaster Jolly to this stage and share your report with us.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for using the word of the day for the first time. So I was going to give a general report. Anyways, so jokes apart, as a grammarian, I had a good time today noting down all the aspects of the speakers when they were using, and I was just longing to hear if someone is going to use the word of the day today, but no one used except for the general evaluator right now. That word of the day was better. So coming to the report part, today I saw the speakers, professional speakers, and even the speakers who gave this prepared speeches today, they were quite correct in the usage of the language, except for a few of the errors that I found during the table topic session. And I would like to just share the incorrect uses and the correct uses, which I have just shared here. These are, I'm sharing one example for my everyday life. Instead, I think the speaker can say that example of my daily life. Second is hard to keep track of the alphabets. Alphabets, I think what the speaker meant was to follow the alphabetical order or keep track of the letters of the alphabet. And one of the speakers said, I have to work Monday to Sunday. I think he meant to say, I have been working Monday to Sunday. Family priority for me. So family is my priority. Mostly in the table topic sessions, I saw that the speakers were just trying to convert the sentences they speak in the Hindi language to English. So probably as a tip, I would want to recommend that to avoid doing that. Instead, to use the language correctly, we should start thinking in English, reading definitely in English, listening good speakers, writing also in English, and then again proofreading our written scripts. That will help us to pay attention to the constructs of the grammar that has to be used in English language, and we can improve considerably. And then the good uses part, I saw that some of the words which I really liked were being used by speakers, like improvise, wonderful, perspective, connoisseur. So I just loved it. Overall, I found the meeting really interesting, and the speakers, each one of them, they did a fabulous job today. I enjoyed being the grammarian of the day. Over to you, General Ballot.
Thank you so much, Madam Grammarian. I'd really like the tip read, listen, write, proofread. That's really going to stick in my mind now. Thank you. Now I'd like our timer, distinguished Toastmaster Raj Mehta, to please share his report with us.
Am I audible?
You are audible, sir, and we can share see your screen. If you could just zoom in a little bit, then it would be easier to read. Thank you.
Okay, timer's report. As far as the first session is concerned, total time given was 10 minutes, but it took 12 minutes. The extra time was spent in the business sections, but other parts of the part one, other activities of the part one were done within time. Coming to the next section, that is introduction of team mode and role players. Total time was allotted 9 minutes. It was done within 6 minutes and 33 seconds, except at one point that when the team mode is introducing the structure of the meeting, he took 1 minute and 48 seconds. Otherwise, all the activities were done within the time limits, or within less than the time allotted. Coming on to the next section, which was professional speech. Total time allotted is 20 minutes. It was done in 23 minutes and 13 seconds. The extra time was taken by team mode in the introduction of the professional speaker, and also by the professional speaker, because the time allotted was 18 minutes and he took 20 minutes and 43 seconds. Coming on to the table topic section. So this section was extended and it was supposed to be closed by 5:24 and it was closed by 5:22. And coming on to the speakers of the table topic is concerned. So Manish, so each group was given up to a 3 minutes time duration. Manish and Sandeep took 4 minutes and 46 seconds. And Dipendu and Jalal took 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Shishri and Hardik took 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Unique and Samir were within time limit of, and then they took 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Surbi and Rishikesh took 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Coming on to the speech by Rupinder Singh Detiya, it took 6 minutes and 25 seconds, was within the time limit of up to 7 minutes. And for the introduction of the speaker, the TMO took 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So that is where this section took a bit extra time. And coming on to the evaluation, TMO introduced the general evaluator, which was within 1 minute. But after that, general evaluator introduced the structure of the evaluation section, and she took 1 minute and 52 seconds. And then Aditya, while taking his feedback, took 5 minutes and 48 seconds, and Rupinder took 5 minutes and 21 seconds. As far as the accountant's report is concerned, it was done within 2 minutes and 14 seconds, and the Grammarian's report has been done in 2 minutes and 59 seconds. And I am not able to time myself. Sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Timer. So now that we have heard from our Aussie role players and everybody else has shared their evaluations on the speeches, I'll be sharing my observations now. So the meeting started at 4 p.m., which is a great thing. The guests were very welcomed. I would suggest that in future, considering the number of guests that we have, and many of them were visiting our club for the first time, we could just inform them that we would like them to stay back for an interaction and feedback session at the end of the meeting. Otherwise, they might just feel that they were just welcomed and they're not really being given any chance to speak or share about themselves. Second thing was about the progress on the short-term goals. I think a little. First, I thought it was preparation that was required, and then I realized that we need a little more coordination between our members and the president and the acting presidents. In my opinion, it would be a good idea if all the members who are not planning to attend the meeting simply go and hide their own slides. They don't have to delete them, obviously, they just hide them so that those kind of challenges never appear. And the responsibility of not hiding a slide should not be on the acting president, who is also trying to understand how many guests are there, who have to be introduced, are all the role players here or not, and making sure of the slides going up on time. I think this is one thing that we can just take off the hands of the president and the acting presidents. The Toastmaster of the meeting was introduced very well, and all the other introductions throughout the meeting were done very well, thanks to the standard introductions that have been provided in our sheet for every member of the club. I think it might be a good idea for at least the Toastmaster of the meeting to play around with the introductions and see how those introductions can be connected with the theme of the meeting. It might just link and the entire set of segments better, and it might bring a stronger flow to the meeting. The second thing was that when 1 minute was asked for the feedback for the professional speaker, again, because there are so many guests in the meeting, it might not be um, like might not be common knowledge for them that they need to take that 1 minute to write down feedback. And so they should have paid a lot of attention to the speech and noted down their points of commendations and recommendations. If that can also be added before the speeches begin. Second thing about the speech feedback was that I noticed that distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh was delivering his second speech, which meant that he would have received some feedback for the first speech. But because I wasn't aware of what feedback he had received, I didn't know whether that feedback had been incorporated into this second speech, which is the purpose of this project. If that can also be provided by the member delivering the speech, it would be good. Then this has happened a few times when we realize that the grammarian has not been introduced, because that is just one offbeat item on our TMOD's list. Even though the grammarian took care of the fact that the word of the day is introduced in the chat window right at the time when when the grammarian should have been called. Kudos to the grammarian for that. And I think we can avoid an unnecessary interruption in another person's speech. By that, we can just highlight that during the 1 minute silence for the speaker. Also, what we could do is have a slide. If that's the way that the Toastmaster of the meeting wants to carry the entire meeting out, it's a great idea. We can have a slide for the grammarian, and I would urge all the future grammarians to please provide the word of the day, phrase of the day, idiom of the day, whatever they want to do on that day, to the Toastmaster of the meeting in time so that that slide can be prepared in advance. Next, I'll come to the table topics. So, like one of the very simple, innovative beginnings of a table topic session, that claiming your power is like an ad jingle where boost is the secret of my energy. And obviously, humor is the secret to Anisha's innovations. There is no doubt about it. She led the entire Toastmaster, the table topics session in such a fluent and graceful manner, including an interjection which was badly needed at that point. And she did it so smoothly that I'm sure that nobody would have felt offended, nor would it have jarred in anybody's memory. But that was very well done. Very nice innovation. I felt that the table topic session became an exercise. One, in listening. Second, in tracking what the other person has said in addition to the alphabet that they have used. Then the eagerness that was shown for the red card. Then the zeal for using the letter Z, which was kind of forced upon, but accepted again very gracefully. Finally, the art of saying, "Hi, how are you? I am good," or "I am great." That I've heard all possible versions. I don't think I want to hear this again. And then I think massacring of the alphabets has never been done so beautifully. The conversation tended to be a little stilted at times, but many of the table topic speakers, special call out for Sandeep, Deeptendu, Srishti and Hardik, Unique and Samir, and even Galal. I really enjoyed the way the conversations were conducted, in spite of the fact that everybody was paying so much attention on which is the second letter, which is the next letter. That was very well done. I was very happy that some of the humor from the table topics master had flowed on to the table topic speakers as well, especially when the finally that statement came, "less hair left." That was so cute. And the evaluations were extremely helpful, in my opinion, for the speakers who were taking them. They were very specific as well. I think that we can avoid saying things like not a boring 18-minute speech, because while it compliments today's professional speaker, it kind of berates and insults the previous professional speakers, as if all of us are guilty of this delivering of the boring speeches charge. I think we can have a special call out again for Toastmaster Deeptendu. That was one of the best evaluations I've heard. It was full of metaphors, and yet it had a very specific point with the why, that get under the skin of the listeners. That was so beautifully done. And the R counter, I found him to be vigilant as always, detailed report and helpful tips, followed by the grammarian, who also had helpful tips. The Hindi to English translation that we do in our mind was a very good observation. And I hope that I will be able to enjoy the next meeting of professional speakers just as much as I have today. Thank you. And back to okay. Mr. Acting President, all yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's have a big round of applause for all the role players and speakers. Not even you, Rolly. We will also enjoy the next meeting. Let us hear from the guest. First, Deeptendu, how was your meeting and feedback for the improvement?
The meeting was very well organized. I saw a lot of new things which I haven't seen earlier. For example, the short-term goal, revising the short-term goals. So it really means that the club is very engaged with its members and vice versa. And the flow of the meeting was also very interesting, because it seems like you always have a long speech. Today it was Aditya, followed by prepared speech. I don't know if you have more than one prepared speech ever, but I really enjoyed the flow, the structure, and those unique aspects that you bring to the meeting. It was thoroughly enjoyable. And special thanks to the TTM who came with a very unique idea to conduct a challenging and funny table topic session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hardik, your feedback.
Yes, it was my first ever meeting, and I obviously didn't know what to expect and what will happen, but I really enjoyed the meeting. It was really a fun time here and a lot of learnings. So thanks a lot.
Thank you. Unique, how did you find the meeting and your feedback?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the meeting. I have attended a professional speakers meeting a while back. So again, today Toastmaster Rupinder was giving a speech, so he shared a link, and I again joined and really enjoyed the table topic session. It was really a fun and a challenging one. So yeah, keep going. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Thank you.
Thank you. Guest Nuha, are you there?
Hello, yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So your feedback for the meeting. How did you find the meeting today?
Thank you. My name is Nuha Majani. I'm joining you all the way from Bahrain. I really enjoyed the meeting, starting from the theme, finding your power. I think this was something important and relatable to everyone, especially in the current situation, where I think everyone will be scattered by the thoughts of others and who will try to push them down. And I really enjoyed the keynote speech. Well done, the speech by Toastmaster Rupinder. It's not the first time I listened to him, but he never fails to impress me with his ideas and his topics. I like the table topic, and I like that the table topic master was aware of the guests and tried to include them as much as possible. I was driving most of the time, so I couldn't participate, but I liked, and I liked that the club is aware of the member progress, and even it shows in the counter report, it tells about the current situation and how it's improved from the last time. So I thought this is important. And I think the cherry on top is the general evaluation report. I learned a lot from her today in terms of how to deliver general evaluation. I'm a new Toastmaster for 5 months now only, but haven't done general evaluation role. But if I do it, I would like it to be as detailed as she did today. So kudos to her. And thank you for having me here today. We'll definitely join next time, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you, Nuha. Although you missed an opportunity today, but you are always welcome to attend a professional speakers meeting. Now let us hear from our members. Members, how did you find the meeting today? Please put your speakers in on mode.
Was very nice and interesting.
Yeah, very good presiding officer.
Yeah.
You did well, Sandeep.
You did well, yes.
I love the poem. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
It's been a long time since I've heard it. Yeah.
So I will not ask what are the words, but the message which the poem has given, don't quit. So don't quit. With that, I would like to conclude the meeting with same words which our president actually states. Our meeting starts. Next meeting starts now.
So I'm putting the live streaming to a stop, and then we'll continue our networking session, and then to be followed to Ishi. So bye bye all the millions of